the air for 3 touchdowns. It's been an amazing thing to watch throughout the night.
Second down. Down to our final 57 seconds. Eagles do have all 3 timeouts remaining. So plenty of time still with the ball at the 30-yard line. Tomlin going to step back. They've been effective. Takes a loss and throws it out of bounds. And he may be flagged for intentional grounding. And if he is and a flag is out, that is a costly penalty.
I think he is. You had all your receivers going deep downfield towards the end zone. That could be what the officials are discussing right now.
That is a loss of down and yardage.
Number 17 of the offense threw the ball out of bounds intentionally to conserve time. That's a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Loss of down, 3rd down. Georgia Southern has elected to use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff.
Wow.
The previous play is under video review.
I understand.
Wow.
Use a timeout to save the 10-second runoff. Use as much time as you can to try and fight your way back. Tomlin, unfortunately, was trying to get the ball out, just get it out, having pressure. But in that situation, because we've seen that play a couple of times throughout the game for the Eagles, that's worked out very efficiently. All of your receivers are all the way downfield heading towards the end zone.
Well, it kind of goes back to a very familiar theme tonight that we've talked about a number of times, Danny, and that is that you look at the total penalty yardage, it's going to be 5 for 34, and it's going to look statistically good. It's been the timing of these penalties that have just been devastating to Georgia Southern.
Yeah,
we know what they're going to do, and this could work in Georgia Southern's favor. He might have been down before he threw the ball out of bounds. That would wipe out the penalty. It's still going to make it 3rd down.
I actually was looking to see taking a look here when Tomlin tried to throw it, because he was trying to find Caleb Hood, who was right there on the outside. You see him on the right. But I think as he got hit on the throw,
he's down. Ball is still in his hands.
So I think taking a sack would actually be
a little bit better.
Yeah.
You're still going to lose the down, but you might be, because with the penalty, the ball is going to be at the 42. And I believe you might gain 5 yards on the play because you won't have the 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So that 5 yards could be very important.
This is where you want those extensive video reviews, because you want to make sure you get it right, because it's literally do or die for Georgia Southern here.
And so this puts Georgia Southern in the very odd position of wanting the review to show that their quarterback was sacked.
Yeah.
Because the sack would be better than the intentional grounding.
This is one of the very few moments where you hope for a sack rather than intentional grounding.
Right. But I think at least the video that we saw indicates that he was on his knees and the ball was still in his hands.
After video review, the quarterback's knee was down prior to throwing the ball out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 16 at the plus 38-yard line.
So they get 5 yards out of the play, and with 56 seconds and you're trying to score a touchdown, that could be a help.
Here's what I want to know. Does Georgia Southern get their timeout back because they avoided the 10-second runoff because it's not intentional grounding, or?
Yeah, you're exactly right. They burn, and
they use the timeout to prevent the 10-second runoff, because initially it was intentional grounding, but since it's not, they should be able to get that timeout back. And that could be one thing that Chad Lunsford may be looking over and seeing, but or not, and may just be used anyway. I mean, either way, with it being a sack, the clock would have started running anyway. So either way, a timeout would have stopped the clock. And that's the main thing you want right now.
Well, as you can see on our scoreboard, the timeout has been removed, and so it does appear that the timeout is charged to Georgia Southern. So they have 2 remaining, as do the Raging Cajuns.
Glad we figured that out.
So the Eagles take a sack rather than the intentional grounding penalty.